Welcome to episode 8 of Road to Max. This is where I'm going to be at for a little while on the account. I am 65 selling. I plan on sitting here and just scavenging till at least 73. I might go to the new trials when I hit 72. I just don't enjoy doing the trials. It's not for me unless the 72 course is actually pretty good. I don't know yet, but I will give it a try when I get there. But for now, I'm just going to sit here and try to make a little bit of money while leveling up. I am alching the loot or any of the diamond bracelets that I get. It's not going to equal a whole lot of money, but I am getting around like 200k an hour, and that's not counting the cannonballs that I am bringing in. Go ahead and add my XP counter. About 33k XP per hour, which is way less than I was getting at the Ghibli course. But after doing that course for like 5 hours yesterday, it's so click intensive, and you kind of have to be in the right mood to be clicking that much, and I'm just not feeling it. I need a nice AFK thing because I'm also working on another series, and I need to be able to play 2 accounts at once. And this one's more chill. But my method for doing this is when I get a full thing of salvage in my cargo hold, I have both Cabin Boy Jenkins, who I picked up, and Captain Salid savaging for me. And there's this nice spot at the pirate shipwrecks where you can cover 2 ships at once. So if they're ever both down at the same time, I can just hop a world and get another location and get them back to work while I clean everything in Alk. And then as soon as I am caught up and I'm done with all the salvage that I have in the cargo hold, I pull off Captain Salid, and then I go over there and manually do it myself. So it all works out at the end of the day. And I think I probably would get better XP if I didn't sit here and alch the loot, but I want to have some money coming in from this. I can't be the only one that wants to make a little bit of money off of this without, chopping the new trees for hours on end. I want to train selling and make some money. And I'm pretty sure when I reach, where is it? When I hit around 73, there's a new salvage mercenary. And I think you can get like green d'hide bodies and stuff from that one, if I remember correctly. And that's when you can actually start alching to make some decent money. And when I hit 60 to level 72, I will have to go train my smithing just so I can make the parts. I could check to see how much the parts cost, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to be cheap. I will need 74 smithing to make those parts, but we'll figure that out when we get there. That is a few days away, as work is right around the corner for me. I'm hoping we can get enough XP to get there. We got about 5 hours today before I have to go to work. That should be about another 150k XP. Give me about 68 maybe, but we'll see where we get. And around 73, we'll move on to the next location. But I will catch you up then. We're back with a quick update. We are now 71 selling, about 40k away from 72. And as I was working my way towards, what is it? As I was working my way towards 73 to do the mercenary shipwreck, I realized, or somebody in the clan chat I am in mentioned you can boost. I went ahead, I guess I can go and explain it now because I'm not near my boat. After you reach the shark level trials and the barracuda trials, that would be the first one you do. After you finish the shark, you can go talk to that guy and claim a whirlpool surprise. And if you put 25 of those into your barrel, it gives you an invisible 3-level boost, at least from what I've been told, but you can also use your beer glass on it to get a fresh one out of it. And when you drink it, you receive 3 levels, and it puts me at 74, which means I can go to the next spot earlier than expected. Where is it at? Yeah, 73. So that way I can get more XP instead of getting around about 35k per hour. I did do this method for about 11-12 hours at the pirate shipwrecks. So it's slow, but it's AFK, and the trials is not my thing, as I've already said plenty of times. So while we're doing that, I have decided not to worry about getting smithing up to do the upgrades for the certain things on the boat, like the adamant keel or anything like that, as I don't think I won't need it since I'm not going to be doing the racing part of selling anymore. The only thing I do need to do is train my construction up for the better boat facilities. The next upgrade that I can see myself making, I don't need an adamant cannon right now. The next upgrade will be at 74 selling, and when I hit 74 without a boost, I will train 66 construction, or I might go a little bit higher because at level 80 selling, I would like the bigger chest. But we will see how it goes. Well, let's go ahead and hop into our loot. I used about 2.5 thousand AUX, and I received 2.7 or 2.6 mil. Was it ideal to AUK all those jewelry items? Probably not. But me personally, if I dropped all that and it was worth almost 3 million, I would have felt pretty bad. And I'm not the richest guy on this account. But I did receive 1 Dragon Ball, 500 Mithril Cannonballs, 105 Rune Cannonballs, and 281 Adamant Cannonballs. Now, if you add that up, that is just about 3 million on the dot. And to me, that's worth it. I like money. I don't know exactly what all this is exactly worth. Okay, 4.4 for a Dragon Cannonball. They're pretty rare, so I would expect more, but I'm assuming you get them a little bit easier later on. We're just going to sell them off. I don't plan on doing any combat with the ship at the moment. But, oh, we got more than what we thought. 3.3 million coins from, I believe it was 63 to 71. I do have it set up where we can now new salvage till 74 at least. I do have a new crewmate I can go after. This lady I have not done in aid of Myraku yet, so I will skip her. I can get Jittery Jim to help us out. And I can now have 3 crewmates on the ship. So I'm going to grab him, get the ship ready, and hopefully I can do the new shipwrecks. All right, we're now here at the mercenary shipwreck. I made a mistake. I did have to upgrade my helm to the adamant one, or I could not make it through the vines here. It was slowly damaging my ship. While I was there, I upgraded the sails and also the hull. Probably didn't need to, but why not? But I'm going to sit here for a couple hours and try to get an accurate XP per hour and see what kind of loot we can get. I should probably check that out first, but I'm sure it's going to be a bunch of alchables again. So I invested in some more nature ruins, and we're going to see how much money we can get on our road to, what is the next level? 80. So let's get to it. After a few hours, we're now 74 selling. The new salvage is doing a lot better. We're getting around 62k per hour, which is a lot better than the 35 at the Pirates. Mercenaries is a little bit better XP. I'm sure you can get more, but I'm also taking the time to alch all the alchables. You get a lot of arrow tips and dart tips and actual arrows with the mercenary shipwreck. A lot of mithril longswords, addy longswords, addy two hands, d'hide bodies, green, and power amulets. And I don't like dropping those. In about 4 hours of doing that, we received 1.2 million in straight cash, which is pretty good, not counting the items. I'm going to do a little quick price check of 4 hours of the new salvage. Put everything in there. Just about 370k just off the arrow tips and the cannonballs. Now we had the cash in there. Almost, let's say 1.6. It's about 400k an hour, which is not bad. And I would feel bad if I had to drop all that. Now I do plan on going back and doing it till 80. And then we can get another price check. Then just sell this off. Now, normally I would have stayed there till 80, but there is a huge upgrade that I can make to my ship that needs to be done at 74 selling, which means I can replace my adamant hooks for the salvage, and I can now place ruin hooks. All right, with all that sold off, 1.6 mil. It's not bad for 4 hours. It's not the best money maker, but it's something, and I do not want to drop it all. But at 74, we can now add a ruin salvaging hook, 2 of them. But the only thing is we need 66 construction. So I'm going to grind out 6 levels at least, maybe more. But I plan on using one of the newer construction training methods. I'm either going to be making the mahogany repair kits or the mahogany hull parts, or maybe one of the newer ones. It just depends. I got to check the margins on them. Usually with construction training, you plan on losing money, but a couple of them might still make money. I just don't know, because the wiki shows making money on some of them, losing money on some, but it's not 100% up to date because these prices are changing day by day. So I'm going to check the GE, see where the prices are, put an investment in, and start training construction so I can get back to selling, because I really want that to be my next 99. I want to knock it out of the park. All right, after a little bit of checking, the methods I wanted to do is no longer profitable. I'm sure the first couple days, maybe even the first week, you could make money making the mahogany repair kits, but nowadays you're going to lose about half your cash that you invest, which is still not bad for construction training, as you don't really make money. You lose 100% of your money when you're training in your house. So at least this way I'll lose money, but at least I only lose about half. Now, looking at the wiki, this method can give up to around 250,000 XP per hour, which is pretty good for what it is. I still need to buy a few more nails, but I'm going to have to wait for them to sell as I've reached my limit. But everything else should be right on the dot what I will need to finish this off. I bought about 4,000 planks, so that should be 2,000 XP drop since you make 2 at a time. And I think this should easily get me to level 66. I might just do all of them because construction XP is very hard to come by where you don't lose as much money. And at some point I need to get it up higher, as there are higher level hulls, not hulls, storage containers that I can upgrade to that are going to end up costing me a good chunk of money. But it's all levels that I need to train at some point during this account, so why not do it now when I think it's the most important? I think it's only going to take me maybe an hour or two to do these, so I'm going to go ahead and knock that out. I'm already reaching about 230k XP an hour, but it is very early. And I will catch you up after I finish these off, and we will see where we sit on this. We're back after the construction grind. We didn't do exactly all 4,000 of the planks. I have about 300 left. I'm gonna go ahead and keep those in there just in case I need them for anything. But we did get to 69 construction, about 15% to 70, about 208k an hour. It's not too bad. I did go past 66 because at some point I'm going to have to get it even higher. Now, the ruined salvaging hook is probably going to be the last step. I doubt, unless the dragon salvage hook actually drops in price, because they're extremely expensive right now. At most, when I hit 80, I might go to 77 just so I can get the more storage space. I'm not 100% sure if I will even need the extra space that is required to get that. But training construction is not as horrible as it used to be. Let's go ahead and collect our mahogany repair kits. Got roughly about 3,000 of them, or 3.6. I'm gonna leave about 20 in there just so I can put some on my ship just in case I get attacked doing anything. And let's hit that grand exchange and sell off. Probably lost whatever this sells for. It's going to be about half that. They're only trading for about 1.2k, and it cost about 2.4k to buy all the materials, and they're not selling. Unfortunate for me, but I do need the cash back, so I'm going to have to take a little bit more of a loss. About 4 million coins. So we did lose about 4 mil for that 400k of XP. It's not great, but when you're doing construction, you usually lose all of it. Now my cash stack is looking a little bit low at the moment, and I don't really want to sell off anything I have stacked up in my bank, which is not a lot, but there's a fair amount of things I could sell off if I really needed to. But I did go ahead and already buy everything I needed to make my runite salvaging hooks. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to the ship, and we're gonna get back to scavenging. With upgrades made, I went ahead and upgraded my cannons. I haven't used them yet, but I'm assuming at some point I might give it a try, and it looks nice. I also upgraded everything to the adamant level. It costs a little bit of money, but I think it's worth it. It doesn't really help in the big ships, but this is a ship I'm going to be on most of the time, so I went ahead and did it that way. And I do have my 2 ruin salvaging hooks, and we're just now heading back out to the mercenary shipwrecks, and we're going to sit there till 80 selling before we can move on to the Fremic shipwrecks. I'm hoping obviously I would hope they would give more loot and everything. But this shipwreck we're going to now, the mercenary ones, do give around 300, upwards of 300k an hour. So I'm pretty happy about that. Just hope these sharks don't hurt us too bad. We are a higher level, so I'm seeing zeros, which is a good thing. But we're all set out. We got my crew of Cabin Boy Jenkins, ex-Captain Sahid, and Jobless Jim. I'm pretty sure this might be the best setup to run the salvage hooks, as I'm not 100% on what their stats exactly mean. You know, I know the helm means driving and steering the ship, and I'm pretty sure the deckhand ship is what you need to do the scavenging. but we'll figure it out. We're gonna head out there and get started and be there probably for a good 10 hours to get the level we need. So I'll catch you up then. All right, guys, we're back. It has been a while since that last clip. I've been extremely busy with the holidays and work has been picking up, but I do have the next couple of days off and we're almost about to reach my goal for this clip. Go ahead and add that up there. We're almost 80 selling, just about there. Let me grab this last little bit. And hopefully you get it right now. 80 selling has been achieved. This has taken me a lot longer than I thought. I could have did it pretty quick, but you know, life gets in the way sometimes, and I do not make these videos for a living. So I make them as I can. And this is just after the update where they kind of nerfed the XP. I was getting around 68k an hour before it. Now I'm getting 63. I'm assuming it's probably like 10 to 15k less XP an hour, which is honestly not great, but I will take what I can. I just can't do those courses, man. They're not fun for me. We're gonna finish this last little bit of salvage off and see what we can get out of it finally. Now I have chosen the route of alking everything, as I need the magic levels, and I just can't drop it all, man. If you have like hundreds of mils in your bank account, you probably can drop it all, but me personally, the almost 4.6 mil in pure cash just from alking is much needed for this account. That would make up for what I lost trading construction. Plus we have all these bolt tips, dart tips, some adamant nails, and some ironwood seeds. They say they're 36k each. If that's true, that's lovely. Only gotten 3, but it's all right. Let's just call it 6.2 mil. And I did get 2 of these broken sextons. Now I'm gonna go trade these in and sell everything off for the GE, and we'll see how much we really made. All right, I did just teleport away. I'll just pay the 50k fee to have my boat brought back to me. I just don't feel like driving the boat all the way back up there. Let's just sell all this stuff off. You know, 70k in adamant arrows probably wasn't worth it to keep all of those, but extra money is extra money. Rune cannonballs have gone down, which is unfortunate, but that's all right. Almost 1,000 adamant darts. That's pretty good. 200k in myth darts. Really good. I'm gonna go ahead and sell off the adamant nails. I don't really need them anymore. I have a lot in my bank already. Let's see how much these seeds are. 36k. No, maybe they're not 36k. It says it's trading for like 5k. Maybe that's what they're actually selling for. That would be pretty disappointing, because ironwood trees, if I remember, they give good XP. Yeah, they're really cheap. That's surprising. But before we move on, I need to trade in my broken sextons, and then I need to go do my Tears of Guthics. I have not done that in a while. I've been stuck on that boat. I've been kind of not dealing with my farming trips and my hunter XP just because it's such a whole hassle to go do those while you're doing selling, because then you have to go all the way back out to where you were. You know, the farming trip itself and the hunter birdhouses usually take about 40 minutes to do. And then you got to get your boat back out there, and that's another 20 minutes to get that all set up again. And I didn't want to deal with it. I wanted to knock it out, especially since my playing time has been limited here lately. But I got to decide if I want to continue doing selling or moving on with something else for now. I really want to keep doing selling, but the fact that they reduced the XP is not great. The XP wasn't that great to start with. I don't know who made that decision, but we got our lamp here. We're just going to throw that into agility for now and get 62 agility. That will be the worst. Well, actually, agility would not be the worst skill to train. Pop on a movie, relax. Extra 5,000 for the second one. Rune crafting is going to be hard. But with that said, we ended up with 6.1 million coins from 73 to 80 selling. Now, unless they've changed the Fremic shipwrecks, I haven't checked, but it's mostly fish, so we might not even make that much money trying to get to 87. But I will be doing the same method, just alking everything as I go, as this account needs more money because the construction cost is going to be crazy. Now, I should have took advantage of that when selling first came out, because you could do construction and actually make money, but now you're losing money, which is still not as bad as just training it regularly inside of a house. But that is on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my tiers real quick, see if we get, I believe it's gonna be runecrafting XP, which is always nice. So I'm gonna go knock that out. All right, 133 tiers, not my personal best, but I will take it since I still have under 200 quest points, I believe. No, I have 203. So it's not max quest points, but I'll take it. And 36 rune crafting is done. Pretty nice. I haven't trained it yet. The fact I have 33 is good for me. 16, 18 total. How many is playtime? We have 18 days played now. Now, before I move on to my next selling adventure, doing the Fremic shipwrecks, I do need to build something. I believe, where's that? Is the wrong parts. I believe I need to build the internal brazier, just so I can go into the waters of the next location. But with that being said, I will catch you up once we're there, and I'm going to bank this cash stack since I will be starting anew. It helps out. I only had 11 mil in there. Grab another ring, bank that. Still have 15k nature ruins. Will last a while. I need to do something about my farming runs, but I will catch you up when we get back out there. We're back after a few hours. I did have to grind to get 72 construction to build the internal brazier. I'm about 2 hours in, or just under 2 hours at the Fremi shipwrecks, and this is post nerf, and it's horrible. This is a level 80 salvaging, and it's maxing out at 58k an hour. That is so dreadful. And this is a mini rant. I don't know what Jagex was thinking. I get the other items like the crystal collector, that was kind of OP, but why mess up salvaging, man? Like, you can literally get more XP in agility at level 80 than you would doing selling. It's pretty bad. And I don't know if I even want to continue with this skill anymore. Since I'm here, I'm going to do a couple more hours. I might just stop doing selling. I really feel like they're punishing people that didn't, they're punishing people that have a life. And obviously, if you get paid to stream and all that, that doesn't count. But like, if I would have called off work for like 2 weeks straight, yeah, I could have got 99. But I have a job, and like a lot of you would have, and they just totally screwed everybody else over. They got rid of the XP rates, and it wasn't even that good. I think the max for salvage without ticking is like less than 100k XP an hour, and they literally halved it. It's like, yeah, they gave you what, 12k XP more for getting the salvage, but they also slowed it down for your NPCs. And but they totally killed the cleaning aspect of it. From what I looked up on the wiki, when you clean the Frimic Savage, it used to be like 74k or 74 XP per one. Now it's 32. It's garbage. This has to be the worst update ever. And their excuse is they want people to do it longer, which is retarded. Because the whole point of RuneScape is to knock out a skill. And yeah, we go back and train those skills when new things come out. I don't know why they would kill the XP. Everybody, not everybody, but a majority of the people were enjoying this skill. At least from what I heard. And they screwed it. I was getting what, 68k at the last one, post nerf, at the pirate shipwrecks, and now I'm not even getting that at the very next level because they decided to screw everybody over. And I don't know if I want to sit here doing 57k an hour. It doesn't seem worth it. But we'll find out in the next clip. What I will decide to do, but I do want to show you the loot from just a little bit. Oh, I dropped the wrong thing. Of just about 2 hours of this. I'll leave that salvage in there because that will put me over the XP range. And the prices on the seeds, I don't know how accurate that is because they're always changing. But in 2 hours, made 700k. So I guess the money isn't horrible long as the rosewood seeds come in. These are the first ones I've gotten in 2 hours. They just came in literally just now. But I'm not really enjoying selling anymore, to be honest. This is pretty disappointing for me to be doing. And I might quit doing it after a couple hours. But we'll find out in the next clip. I'm not enjoying this update. It ruins it for a lot of people. We're back. It has just been about a week since the last clip when we hit 80. I was complaining about the update to the XP drops and all that, but they have since fixed it. I think I was 82 when they fixed it. Then I got busy with work and I've got a couple days off and we're almost at 87. Just a few more cleanings to go. And then we can move on to the next step. But I do have a plan set up to do after this. There's 87. So happy with that. It's been a long time. But you can see with the update to change back the XP rates, it's now about 80k per hour. That's still slightly less than what it would have been beforehand because of the they changed the ticks of which you can get salvage and then the XP of which your crewmates get the salvage. But it's all good at the end of the day. Going from the 55k that I was getting before to 80k is such a huge improvement. I don't know if I would have did it if it was still 55k. I honestly probably would have moved on to another skill. That was just too horrible. But the plan is now, since we hit 87, I'm going to finish cleaning. We're going to go sell everything off. And look what exactly we got. We are sitting at 5.3 mil in cash. Knocked out 1.5 to 1.6 million XP during this time. Only ended up with about 8k magic XP as there's not much to out of these loots. All the fish is not worth it. But I did notice they now have a salvage tracker. I would show you the one for this, but it's not accurate as it only showed up after I was over halfway done with the levels. So maybe when I do the next level, it'd be a little bit better. Just had to make them stop getting more salvage so I can just clean up this last little bit and move on. We're gonna go to the GE. I'm just going to teleport out of here, and I will just pay the money to get the boat back, as it just saves time. But we are here. Let's sell this off. I would do a price check, but a lot of these seeds, it doesn't read correctly. Cannonballs are a lot less. Just under 1,000. I could keep all these seeds, but I already bought a lot of seeds to use, so they're not really useful. I'm surprised these are only 5k each. They give a lot of XP. I don't know why they're so low. How much are rosewoods now? It says they're under 40k, but they're not selling. And cotton seeds are extremely cheap now, but I don't need to stack them. Ruined nails, I'm just selling them. Once again, I don't think I need to make any more upgrades to do 99 through salvaging. And get that sold. And we made a nice 6.4 million from 80 to 87. I love that. Cash stack is going up just a little bit more, not a lot. After doing all that grinding for construction. But there is one thing I need to do. I need to go hop and do my tiers, and I need to trade in this mass mirror. So let me go do that. Almost done with our tiers. Oh, there we go. We beat our personal best by 2. I can't count. That's actually 3. Got some more rune crafting XP. We're now 39. At some point, I'm going to dig my teeth into rune crafting. I know once I get 99, which is my next goal, is 99 selling. And I think I can get it done pretty quickly now with the next level of salvage. I think it's around 100k an hour, maybe just a little bit more. But that will be nice when we get that cooking. XP will come in quick. I also do have a couple days off because I'm waiting on being transferred. But before we get into that, I'm looking at the drops from salvage. Not a lot of notable drops. There is a good chance for herbs. High level herbs that cost at least 2k up to Snapdragon, which is 8.5, and also Raynar reeds. So I'm thinking about getting a herb bag, which will help me keep all those and probably won't take too long to get. There's also some really rare ones for alkables, like a dragon spear, a rune spear, but those are extremely rare drops. But there's not going to be a lot of things I can alch. Most of their normal drops are like opals, jades, or red topaz, which I can't really keep. Silver bars, silver ore, a tiara, jug of wine, spice. It just have a drop of 1 in 21 of coins between 1 and 5k. And it actually has a platinum token drop between 1 and 5, which is pretty much the same as the coins, 1 to 5k. And it drops a bunch of seeds. Most of the seeds that are worth money are about a 1 in 1,000 or more per drop. So I'm thinking about getting a seed box as well, just to save inventory. Just in case if I do get one of those drops, because I will be there for a long time till 99. And at some point I'm going to need those for Slayer and whatnot, just to save inventory space. So I might as well take the time to go get that now. And obviously there's a chance of getting dragon nails on the pre-rolls, and also the dragon cannon barrel, which is about 10 mil, I believe, unless the price on the wiki is wrong. But I would like to knock out the seed box and the herb bag, a herb sack, whichever one it is. I'm gonna go try tide farming. It seems to be the easiest way or the quickest way to do it. at least for the herb bag as well, because I need 750 points in Slayer, and I'm 51 Slayer, and that's pretty far off from getting those points right now. I've never done Tide Farm, but I'm going to watch a guide and try to get it set up and get that knocked out before I go back to selling. So I'm going to head there, and hopefully I can get a hold of it, and probably take me about 5 or 6 hours. Let's get into it. And we're back. This did take a few hours, not too bad, but definitely do not see myself coming here again. Major pain in the ass. A lot of click intensity, almost 200k XP gained, or I guess we will once we put this in. I know I could have got 100 fruits and made it evenly, but I got the points that I wanted. That's all that matters. I'm never going to come back here. The farming outfit is not something I really want. And I did decide to not get the seed box, as the only seeds that I will be keeping, there's like 5 of them. I might as well just keep that in my inventory. And they stack. The herb sack is something I definitely want, because it hold 30 of each herb, and they drop pretty high level herbs. Can I please buy my sack? I need 58 herb. I guess I'm gonna go train herb now. Totally overlooked that little fact. I'll be back when that's done. After a short break to get 58 herb real quick, it just cost me about 3 mil. Unfortunately, did not do any methods to save me money, just went the fast route. Then I did a farm run just to keep up with some XP there. We should be able to buy this herb sack now. There it is, new item, lovely. But we are pretty close to 85, which will unlock a new room in the farming guild, which means even more XP as we go along. Almost there. Did a hunter run. I haven't been keeping up with my farm and hunter runs since I've been doing selling, but as soon as selling's done, I'm going to start hopping back on those constantly. At least till I get 99 farming. I don't know if I'll do the birdhouses after 99. I might just sit down and start doing chins or crabs, whichever ones are better XP. The less time it takes me to do all that, the better. But now since we have our sack, just keep that open. And we need to head and grab our boat and start scavenging again. All right, we are at our new location doing the mercenary shipwrecks, getting our, is it opulent salvage? But anyways, this will be our next location to be sitting all the way till 99. And I want to go ahead and end this episode here. We will see how much XP we are getting per hour in the next video, but I think this is a good spot to end it. So if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.